In this video, we're going to explore how Material's data protection for Google Drive simplifies and helps secure the offboarding process by automatically revoking external access to all files owned by an offboarded user. In this demo, we're going to look specifically at our integration with Okta. Secure employee offboarding demands that organizations close the loop on all hardware and systems the employee had access to. But shared files can sometimes fall through the cracks. They're usually transferred to the departing user's manager, and cleaning up access to those files is simply added to that manager's backlog. Securing access according to internal policy and regulatory compliance guidelines without breaking critical workflows is tricky and time-consuming, which is why Material simplifies the process. Before we walk through the process, let's just set the scene a bit and take a look at the files owned by Will, our departing user. Using Material's powerful search capabilities, we can see he's got quite a few files that are externally exposed to anyone with the link permissions, quite a few of which have sensitive data. The process Material's system uses at a very high level, once we've identified the user being offboarded, is first we search the Drive files, just as we did manually, to gather the files with external sharing permissions. Then, we invoke the Remove Google Drive File Access API. Maybe the best way to show how this works is to walk through the Okta workflows. You can see on the left here the suspension of the user is the first step in the Okta offboarding process, and that's what launches this automated workflow as well. Upon suspension, we'll gather and process some information about the user to create a query similar to the one you saw a moment ago. That'll gather all the files that match the criteria we're looking for. The system will then prepare the revocation loop to process and revoke access via the Remove Access API for however many files the user has shared externally, whether it's 5 or 5,000. You can see by default it's looking for anyone with link access and any email addresses outside of those specified as our internal domain. But if there are any partners or consultants or vendors with whom you want to retain access, you can add them here. Now that all of our parameters are set and everything's as we want it, let's let the process run its course for a few seconds. Then let's flip back to Drive to see what things look like. All right, flipping back to our source of truth, Google Drive, and we'll refresh the page here. You can see we've just modified all these files with external sharing in the last couple minutes. Let's check these permissions, and only internal Renzu personnel have access, and the files are all restricted rather than open to anyone with the link. That's a high-level overview of how Material's data protection for Google Drive eliminates a potential headache in the offboarding process. To take control of risky sharing in your environment, visit materialsecurity.com/demo today.